coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. I definitely appreciate the support. Boom, 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 boom. We out here. Ladies and gentlemen, what's happening, TBP Nation, man? It is my honor and my pleasure, man, to chop it up today, man, with one of my guys, man. Gunshots. Y'all already know who it is, man. It's Unique Mecca Audio. He on fire. You know, we did a collaboration, man, about a year and some change ago, man, when he was on the come up. Now he's on fire. He's still doing his thing. Still my man. Still unique. Ladies and gentlemen, TBP Nation, put your hands together for the man himself, Mr. Unique Mecca Audio. What up, King? Gunshots.
You already know. What up?
What it do, man? Hey, man, first and foremost, man, I want to say congratulations to you. Man, you've been putting in that work and it's paying dividends, man. I want to tell you from man to man, man, salute. I'm proud of you, champ.
All right. Thank you, family. I appreciate that. I'm proud of you, man, because, you know, when I came home, you was already doing you. And, you know, I just took a page from your blue book, and I want to give you your round of applause. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Relax, y'all. Relax.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, I say that because I want it to be understood that real men that come from our cloth, we don't hate, we congratulate. You understand? I just watched Banky and Bill Feezy came out after me, but I watched him too. The other kid, Dante, you know what I mean? I watch a few of the prison shows, and I take from my brothers, and I'm hoping they take from me, and it's all out of love, and we working together. And again, I want to thank you.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you, man.
Hold on. Why y'all always clapping so long?
They love you, man. Hey, listen, man. This is like I told you, man. It's like you found your own lane. You do what you do, and you know what I'm saying? I don't think nobody can actually copy you. You know, that's what makes you unique. No pun intended. And yeah, you killing it, man. You doing your thing, man. So how has the transition been from you? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody know, you know, you from your old days, you know, the street life or whatnot, you know, the big man out there in Harlem. But now, you know what I'm saying, you did your time, you did some decades in, man. You came out, you found a new hustle, a legal hustle, and you giving back the game, man. So how has the transition been?
Man, it's like this, to be honest, man. When I sit there, there you go. Now, check. It's like this. When I came home, it was hard because I was a little paranoid, and you know what I mean? And when I say paranoid, I mean everybody was wearing masks, you know? Only person wore a mask was a person that was running up an establishment to rob an establishment when I was on the street. And they hid the mask until they got ready to go in the establishment. But I come home and I'm walking down the street, and here go 5 young guys walking past me, and they got a mask on. I can't see their face, and I found myself reaching for my waistline. You know what I mean? Just trying to, and I'm putting myself against the wall, and they looking at me when they walking by with me with my hand on, you know, top like I'm crazy, you know, and I'm feeling like you must be crazy walking past me like that, because if this was back in the 80s or 90s, everybody would have got wet up. You know, just keeping it 100, you know?
Gunshots, you know, question. And I understand, man. I think that weighs on a lot of us, man, that did like the time that we did or whatnot, man, to get out here. You know, you paranoid anyway in prison, you know, you got reason to be, you know. But when you get out here and you get to see the way they moving out here is different from the way we was moving. We not used to that, man, you know, because in the prison, man, the reason I tell people we turn our heads all the time, man, because we always got to have our head on the swivel. And to come out here and to see the way people moving. And then when I came out, it was in COVID. So to come out in COVID and the masses and all this and all that, and it's the same thing like Unique say, man, when you see that, your spidey senses go off, man. So it was a whole different world for us, man. But you know, we done dealt with so much. It's easy to transition, man, to fall in line, man, because we out here now, man. We got to, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like I'm gonna give him one because you Banky Pound, so I gotta give him one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now check this out, Rob. I got my man DELROY UZI. If y'all don't know who DELROY UZI is, Google him right now. DELROY UZI was one of the biggest, if not the biggest terrorists, you know, in the Jamaican posses back in the days, and he wasn't in the posse. This was an individual that came from Jamaica that was hunting the posses from PNP because he's from Jamaican Labor Party, JLB, you know, JLP. Now, when DELROY got locked up was like in 88, right? By the time I ran into DELROY was 96. When I ran to DELROY in 96, he was telling me that he made it out of Marion and he made it to Atlanta, but he couldn't function in Atlanta because he said, being that they sent him right from Brooklyn House of Detention where P. Diddy's at right now, that he went right to Marion, and after he did like 4 or 5 years there, then they sent him to Atlanta USP, and he said after being in the cell locked in for 23 hours a day and not hearing nothing move other than what his eyes is seeing his hands touch. You know what I mean? Because that's like you in a courtroom or you in a mall and you hear somebody drop a book behind you, bang, you're going to turn around because you didn't know the book was going to drop. But when you're in ADX and you locked in 23 hours a day and you start doing years in there, and only thing move is what your eyes see, your hand go get something off the counter, you know what I mean? Go turn the channel, go touch the TV. So if you hear a mouse in your commissary box, you know what I mean, under your on the side of your bed, you're gonna look because your eyes didn't know it was gonna move. But when DELROY got out, he said that it was so much people moving back and forth, you know, in the hallways of Atlanta, because they had like 1,500 people when he was used to being in the cell by himself for his first 4 years. So he said when they called the move and everybody started going where they going, talking, stopping, walking slow, walking fast, doing what they doing, yelling, yo, homie, and whatever. He said he just placed his back against the wall like, oh, and he's trying to pay attention to everything, and his mind is going a mile a minute after only hearing whatever his eyes seen his hands touch for 4 years. So now, you know what I mean? I just wanted to say that so you could understand that we all got what they call that PSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. You know, we all got trauma, you know, and that's a part of our trauma. And it's just hard. And that's why me and Banky Pound, we're doing this video and all the videos we do to prevent the youth from going down the path we went down so they don't have to experience these horror stories, because that's all they are, is horror stories. All right?
Most definitely. That's exactly what they are, man, because of the life we got to live. That's all we got. And then, you know, like I said, I always refer back to that TUPAC line, man, where he says in the line, man, he said they want to see us all in jail where only few of us are live to tell. You know, and we the few, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, man, we just trying to educate these youngins, man, because we made our mistakes, man. We took our lumps, we took our bumps, and we was fortunate enough to come up out of that joint, you know. And then on top of that, do something positive, try to get back to these youngins, man. And that's what you've been doing, man, from day one.
That's what we've been doing.
That's what I've been doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's a good thing, man. It's a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's a good feeling, you know. And now that you transition to, you know what I'm saying, the news topics or whatnot, and it's like, boom, you just went on another level from that. You know what I'm saying? And you on it, man, and then you a respected voice. So that's why the people is tuning in, man, and it's like your niche, man. So you did you knew this was gonna be it, or what made you get to that where you say, well, I'm gonna go from that and pivot to right here?
Just so they understand, right? Because I like to ride, you know. I didn't forget his first question that I know you rat bad bastards and flip-flop when in public trolls is gonna say he didn't even answer the question. Well, I'm gonna answer it now. He asked about my transition, but I wanted to just take y'all on a few rides. You know, so I even introduced y'all to DELROY UZI. Look him up, official gangster. But anyway, the transition to come out and get in to the YouTube thing is because, like he said, we came out doing COVID. I came out May 15th, 2020. So we're doing COVID. So I stayed in. My son is showing me the different things they watching on YouTube. And when I came home, the biggest topic on YouTube was who in Harlem had the most money. And I said to myself, what would I look like even having a conversation about who got the most money? Because like Banky Pound know from our era, we don't pocket watch. That's called pocket watching. You know what I mean? So I said, I'm not even going to do that when I do my YouTube. I'm just going to go directly at trying to save the youth and letting them know the horror stories that I've been through. And then, of course, you know, we had a few rat bastards, you know, and flip-flop wearing in public trolls. I just hate those guys. I just hate them. You know, and I shouldn't even say that word, but, you know, I dislike them, you know, with a passion. But the transition was saying, what am I going to give the people on YouTube, being that I'm going to have a voice that could not only uplift their spirits, not only motivate them, but also deteriorate them from going down that path, you know? And that's why I started doing, you know, the prison stories. That's when I made sure I apologized for the wrong that I did for poisoning my community, because that's exactly what I did. I was a very, very, very selfish young man back in those days, and I'm not ashamed of it. You know what I mean? I wanted mines, and I got mines. But now that I'm twice that age, I know that it's no longer about me, and it's about us and the community. And that's the way I attack this YouTube thing, meaning here go Banky. He been down 30. I've been down 26 and a half. So that's like almost 60 years right there. We never crossed paths, but we did on YouTube by choosing the same road. And from that, instead of, you know, hating or, you know, or trolling, you know, or flip-flop weird talking trash, you know, I just, you know, kept it 100, and whatever I could do to help Banky, I've been there, and he's been there for me, and I appreciate him, and I know we both deserve a round of applause for that.
Absolutely, man. I remember, man, like I say, you know, real recognize real, man. You know, I remember when we first started, I didn't know you got out in May of 2020. I got out in March of 2020. Mm-hmm. So we've been out about the same.
When you started the YouTube?
I think I started March, April, May. I started in June.
Yeah,
in June, like three months after I was out.
See, that's what I'm saying. And I started in June, a month after I was out, but he just blew up with it, because when I first came, I didn't do the prison stories when I first came. I said, okay, because this was a part of the transition. I'm going to answer the question as we go along, because I like to ride.
Right.
You know, I don't like to boredom staying on one topic, because I got to give Banky what he deserves, you know what I mean, which is the best. Now, when I came home, I said, okay, they talk about who got the most money in Harlem. Harlem is, you know, running shit on the YouTube, you know, and everybody want to know about Harlem. So what I did is I went and I got the biggest players from Harlem, and I interviewed them. I went and got Kevin Childs. I went and got AZ. I went and got Pretty Tone. Oh, before I got all of them, I got with my brother Gangster Lou. we did a FaceTime because it was during COVID. You could go back and look at the beginning of my channel, or just put in Unique Mecca Audio Gangsta Lou, and you'll see the couple of videos we did. But I did my very first video with him where he was on a FaceTime on a phone, and we held him up to the camera because it was COVID and we couldn't even go outside at the time. And, you know, that's where that was at. But so I got, you know, AZ, Kevin Childs, Pretty Tone, Gangsta Lou, Peter Shue. I got all the biggest players from Harlem and the Bronx, because Kevin and Peter Shue, they definitely hold down the Bronx. So I went and got all of them, and I put them on the show because YouTube already knew who they were. So I chose to bring them on to introduce me on YouTube. And once they did that, everyone saw me with these people that they looked up as big YouTubers, YouTube celebrities and sensations. And that's how I got the attention to bring me up. And I was in that lane at first interviewing. And then I said, but it's only a handful of us gangsters. So I even went to DC. I went down to Virginia, you know, went through the projects in Virginia. I went and did all of that. And then I was like, I got to make this simpler. I can't keep depending on someone else to come on my show. I can't keep depending on me traveling to another state to get other people on my show other than New York people on my show. So, you know, then I started, you know, just telling different stories and went on. And then I transitioned into the prison stories. And when I transitioned to prison stories, I had so many, I knocked out like over 200 prison stories in maybe 6 months. And they fell in love with it. And that shot me to the top with the prison stories. But I started out with interviewing other gangsters. And when I shot to the top with that, I had to transition from that because there was only so much of it. So I went to prison stories and I shot up to the top on that. And then I got bored with it. They loved it still, but I got bored with it. I said, I got to do something else. So then I started reviewing Raising Canaan, you know, when it came out, because they used my character that's getting ready to come up in a couple of months or whatever again in the Raising Canaan with Rock. You know what I mean? I'm saying it here on Banky Pound, so you know the unique character in Raising Canaan was based off of me. But being that I'm alive, they don't want to give me my props. I remember when Tupac was alive, everyone hated him. Everyone hated him, except for the real dudes on the street like us. But the regular people, they hated him. He was a thug. He put thug life on his stomach. Janet Jackson made him take the alphabet test, the AID, test. You know what I mean? When she was going to do the poetic justice with him, that's how much they despised Tupac. And then now I see that he passed, they put him up on a pedestal. When he was alive, everyone gunned at him. I remember when he had the shootout in Atlanta with the police that was taking advantage of another black man, and he pulled out his joint, and it was they didn't even identify themselves as police. They was off duty and they were just full of crap. So Tupac pulled out to save them when they pulled out on Tupac, and he wet them up. Then they found out that the hammer that they used was stolen from the interrogation room, and they wasn't supposed to have it. So that's how Tupac beat it. Now, Tupac called me when that happened, and he was going through it, and he was like sweating, like, oh man, they got me down here for this. I said, yo, family, you said it was self-defense. You know what I mean? You said they never identified themselves, and you also said that the gun they had was from the interrogation room that they stole. Tell your lawyer to push that, and stay on that. You know what I mean? And everybody went against him, called him a thug, like I said, but he pushed that, and, round of applause. All right, relax, y'all, relax. So what happened is they pushed that, and he wound up beating that charge. But at the same time, America was mad at him. Remember, they even tried to ban his lyrics, Bob Dole. So I'm giving y'all all kinds of history because I'm on Banky Pound, and it's, loaded in my head, like a Glock. Let's keep it at 100. But even Bob Dole, in one of Tupac's songs, he even mentioned Bob Dole because Bob Dole went at him. C. Dolores Tucker went at him. The women's feminist movements went at him. Everybody went at him. Now that he's gone, he's a hero. And I say all that to say, because we riding, I say all that to say that that's the problem I'm having. you know what I mean, that I'm still alive. You know, as long as I'm alive, they're going to try and suppress me because they don't want to show where we're at and that there's levels to this. And that's understood. So I stay in my lane and I just honor the code. I honor the loyalty and I respect everyone that deserves to get respect and that respects me. And that's why I put my number on the screen, because if there's something that is said out of my mouth that you don't agree with on Banky Pound, please don't put in Banky Pound no crazy rat bastard flip-flop wearing in public troll comments, because that's Unique Mecca Audio saying it, and that's why he has my number flashing on the screen. Call me and bring your issue to me respectfully, or your disagreement with something I said, and we could talk about it. But we ain't got to do all this social media beefing, and that's why whenever Banky called me, I'm there. But all that was a part of my transition. After that, I shot off into the current affairs with the entertainment business. And, you know, I'm going to go back to how I got into that, because I don't want to just stay on that and take over the show, even though it's about me, because he brought me on for my interview. But Banky Pound deserved to be interviewed by me too, and I finally got him. So come on up and let's talk, family.
Already, champ. You already know what it is. Right. Yo, when you were saying that, I was listening. I was captivated right there listening to you, because, man, you done lived a heck of a life, champ. And then the main thing that stuck in my head was, so you actually knew Pac on a personal level.
Yo, my brother, I used to take. Listen, I got pictures right now that if I NFT, I could probably retire, but I'm still alive. I don't need the funds. I'm gonna get the funds that I need, grinding for mines. And those pictures I'm leaving behind for my great grandchildren. By my grandchildren posting those pictures, let them NFT those pictures, because they was just personal pictures to me. So I don't want to go, no disrespect to anybody, I don't want to go showing these pictures, you know, like, you know, I'm trying to take Tupac shine or attach myself to Tupac. But everything I say, I got, listen, man, and I got so much. I got pictures from my desk to show you what I'm talking about. You understand what I'm saying? This is me and my man. This me and my man team in Raybrook back in 2007. You know what I mean? But I got mad pictures here where, you know, this is my brother Champ that passed, rest in peace. You know what I mean? He got a couple to the head in the Bronx, you know, because he tried to stop a female that was trying to get out of prostitution, you know. And my other brother, Khalif Peter, that was hustling with me, because that was my baby brother right there from Harlem. My brother Peter, you know, he wound up getting two to the head, you know. And I know I might just say it callous to y'all, but I mean, they're just casualties of war when you choose to be on the street. That's why I tell the kids, don't go on the street. And I'm sorry I can't be remorseful and cry for my brother and all that crap, because I don't want y'all to cry for me when it's my time, because it's called a casualty of war, you know. But, you know, that's where we at. I had a nice picture somewhere I ran across with me and the Chinese. Here it is right here. Oh, this, okay, yeah, this is it right here. I'm even going to show you. I told a story. I told a prison story, right? And it's only because it's Banky Pound. I'm even giving up this much on another person's platform, because he's doing the same thing I'm doing, and I want him to blow bigger than me, so I could go to him and get some of his bigger than me, you know, to blow me up. Because Banky Pound was way ahead of me on YouTube to show you how gangster we get down. Banky Pound had like 20, 30,000, maybe even 40,000 more subscribers than me at one time, you know, and I loved it. And, you know, he brought me up on his show to give me some of that 40,000 more that he had than me. Now, I'm up here and I done pulled it out, right? Where I got my $100,000 plaque a few months ago, and now I'm at 129,000. So my 129,000, I'm requesting an honorably asking, go subscribe to my man Banky Pound Show, and that's how real we keep it when you're from the street. But this right here is, you know, I ain't gonna tell you who's who, but this the, you know, they the Green Dragons. Let me say that. Big shout out to Brian Tone, you know what I mean? You know, everybody, you know what I mean? And, You know, I change the names of characters when I do my joints because I don't want to put certain things on unless I talk to them. But this was the Green Dragons from Queens that I was locked up with in Lewisburg. This picture's in Allenwood, and I was in Lum Park, California with them, and out in Atwater, California with them. But that's how real it is. And when they ate, I ate. We all looked out for each other. So you understand. But I say that to say that, you know, we all in this together. Oh, look what just popped up to you. Yo, don't think that up, because, you know, you get these rat bastards, you know, Banky Pound, that'll come up there and want to troll and say something. Oh, you need trying to show off. No, I'm not showing off. I'm just being unique. This is me at this same time right here, right? This man, I'm Chinese brothers, and this was me. You know what I mean? That's how hard I had to work out in the prison. So you young boys know I had to be battle ready. Look at my armor. Look at my six-pack. I had to be ready because you never know when somebody was going to try and put that Banky Pound in you, as you say. So you got to be ready at all times. And then I might take my straight stunting magazines because they came 200 pages, thick, bigger than a regular magazine, and I wrap them around my waist with an ace bandage if I knew it was time to go to war. I don't want you to have to go through wrapping magazines around your waist, having to work out 3 times a day to make sure you battle ready. So that's why we doing this. Right or wrong, Banky? Talk to him, family.
Already, champ. You was ready for woe. You dig? Make sure that Bethlehem can't penetrate them books. You dig? I know the count, champ. Been there, done that. Ain't no life for nobody, man. But we was blessed to get through it. You understand? We trying to make sure that other people don't have to go through, you know. But man, you done yeah, man, you done lived a heck of a life, champ. And
oh, let me get back to Tupac. You was asking about Tupac.
Yeah, Pac, man. Tell us about the Pac, man.
Yeah, I gotta give you that Pac joint, right?